You good? I think it's on. Can you guys see me? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me or not. I think it's kind of loud here. Actually, let me go shut the window. Is that better? All right, there's the replies. So cool. So we are live. Awesome. So, hey guys, welcome to the first, I guess, live. I'm trying to think of the name of my YouTube. Endless Travel. Like, thank you for coming here. I'm actually a little nervous, which is weird, but I've never done live before, but I thought I would. A lot of people have been asking me to do it, so I did it. This is being recorded on Zoom. So because I'm in Vietnam, it's a little hard. I don't use Facebook. I don't use Instagram, really. So with that being said, it's kind of newfound territory for me. So I thought I would do a live stream to kind of talk about everything, because I get a lot of questions, and I was like, you know what? Let's talk about it. So I posted a lot on Zalo, and Zalo is kind of like the Facebook out here, per se, but it's local. It's kind of like WeChat in China. Like, you can pay your bills and everything on this app, which is really nice. But I thought this would be kind of a cool thing to do. So what I did was I actually wrote down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the top 6 things that I'm always asked in Vietnam. Like, yo, like, these are the questions, you got the answers. I hope it's not echoing. I hear the echo. But I figured what we would do is, oh Jesus, thank you, $1. So let me get into that real quick before I even start this video. So anybody that donates, 100% of the money you donate goes to Inspired Education. You can go to inspired.edu.vn. It's an education program in Vietnam that helps Vietnamese learn English, science, math, and engineering, mostly focused on programming, computer engineering. You see my puppy? So whatever you donate goes to. So this $1 you gave, my dude, is 23,000 Vietnamese dong out here. That's food for a day for somebody. So your money is well spent, and I appreciate it. I will leave a link, because I'm using Zoom. This isn't like Facebook or somewhere you can, like, I don't know, like super chat. Is that the word? You can't really super chat, but I can get messages of when I'm getting donations, so I can help. I can work with this. So I'll put it on the bottom somewhere. DavidGSR2k@gmail.com is the PayPal. Leave it there with your username that you're in Zoom with, and I will read it out. And if it's a question, please ask questions. Don't just throw money. But ask a question. I'd love to answer them. I'm going to go over 6 of the things that I'm asked a lot. If you guys have more questions, we'll go over them. And I'm really excited about that. So without further ado, let's get going. My puppy is actually insane. You guys want to meet the puppy? Yeah. There's like 12 of you. Okay, that said yes. So I don't know if you guys know what this is. This is a Vietnamese hot dog. Let me open it up. So in Vietnam, hot dogs are much different. I mean, if you kind of look at it, this looks disgusting. The process, not the food. But it's just normal. It's a normal hot dog. Hey, Chi-Chi! Come here, Chi-Chi. She's coming. Come here. Come here. So this is Chi-Chi. Say hello. She's actually about a month and a half old. I picked her mom up, actually, or her mom attacked my motorbike back in the day when she was like 2 months old. And she just recently had 4 puppies. This is actually the black sheep, ironically, the word saying she's white. But she was the only one that came out not brown. So Chi Chi, say hello. Hello. But she has the brown on her. She's a cute puppy. Go do your thing, girl. So she hasn't been here before, so I'm actually, you kind of see, this is one of my classrooms that's in construction. So the floor is being carpeted. I think in a couple of days the wall's being redone. So it's kind of chill. So let's get into it. I'm talking too damn much. So what do I have going on today? I got some called No, which is, translation is 0 degree. And then I have, you guys got me on this one, Saigon. Yeah. So, am I really in Vietnam? Yeah, I'm in Vietnam. I'm a bit south of Phan Thiet. You have like Saigon and then Phan Thiet's like a beach city. I'm right, like right about here where Phan Thiet would be here. I'm here. It's kind of like a beach village almost. So let's get into it. The first question I get a lot: cost of living in Vietnam. Well, what is the cost of living? Well, no bullshit, no vol von as we say here. What is the real cost to live in Vietnam? Vietnam is ultra cheap. The cost of living out here is ridiculous. Your monthly rent is the biggest question. If you watch a lot of these YouTube videos, and I watch a lot of these videos, I don't reply to YouTubers that do cost of living videos or even criticize me on when I say they're wrong, because they come here as tourists. They'll live here for 10, 12, 13 years as tourists, and they never really involve themselves in the community. So cost of living for me, if you see the video, like it's on the channel. Look at my house that I have now. I pay about $150 a month for that house. It's a 3-bedroom house with a huge yard. Like I got like 13, 15 coconut trees, like 7 mango trees, jackfruit trees. Like the house is ridiculously big. Yes, that's an exception to like all the effing rules you over here. But the average for rent out here is between $200 to $400 a month if you meet a Vietnamese person. Now, if you're going to be westernized, you want to be in like a modern area. If you're in Saigon, you want to have like all modern stuff. And let me tell you, modern stuff in Saigon means you have a microwave. I'm dead serious. There is not much of a difference between living in a modern area and living in a Vietnamese area. Mine is kind of the sound and noise. And actually, we're going to talk about noise next. But you're looking at like $200 to $400 a month will get you a nice place to live. A few examples. In Saigon District 1 and 3, I got friends that live out there that pay between 15 to 25 million a month, which ranges between $800 to $1,300 a month, which is ridiculous to me. I would never pay this kind of money in a developing country, if that makes sense. Like, if I was living in Seattle, Washington, or Portland, Oregon, or I don't know, the Bronx, New York, like I would pay that money. But we're living in a country that is not developed like America. So, if you're paying that kind of paper, you're kind of, I don't want to say stupid, but you're being had, man. You're being taken advantage of. And they're taking advantage of your addiction to living at home while you're abroad, if you know what I'm saying. So, you guys see my channel. Leave a comment. If you are in Vietnam, you want help finding something cheaper, I'll help you. I will directly help you find something cheaper. It only takes me a phone call. It's not hard. I can find you something in the next 35 seconds. If I could connect this to the internet right now, I could show you like 100 different properties that are 70% cheaper and 100% bigger. So it is possible. So cost of living for housing, $200 to $400. Food, you're looking between $5 to $10 a day if you're just chilling. Weird thing about Vietnam is, like, you know, I'm from America, obviously. I'm from Hawaii. Well, Hawaii, Portland, Washington, everywhere, right? You can live on like $5 to $10 a day, and that's if you're eating good. Because I'm doing this business right now, and because of you know, the sickness, I'm having to strap down so I can put more money into this company and my restaurant and the 2 other companies I have in the north of Vietnam. So I average between $3 to $5 a day on food. Going out and eating is so stupid cheap. My breakfast cost me about 15,000 Vietnamese dong, which is about 80 cents. My lunch cost me about 30,000 Vietnamese dong, which is about $1.60. And my dinner, I'll usually not eat a lot because I'm fasting. I don't technically eat breakfast a lot. So when I told you my breakfast price, that's like once a week. But my dinner, I'll usually go a little lighter. My lunch is where I really splurge. Like that's why it's $1.50. But my dinner, usually about 40 to 45,000 at most. Usually I'll even get down to like 15,000, just get a sandwich. But usually I can get away with like $3 to $4 a day food. And I'm eating good. This isn't me saying this is how you get by in poverty. Like I'm eating good. I'm eating as good as anybody else around this place, you know what I mean? So it's just about finding the right places at that same point. So in that respect, if you're living out here, you're working out here, and I think, I'm not even actually talking about teaching today, so I'll leave that up to you guys. But if you're out here living, I would say $500 to $700 a month, you would be okay. If you're in Saigon or Hanoi, I would raise it up to like $1,000 a month, at least, just because the rent's a little higher. You can't really negotiate too easy in the bigger cities because there's such high demand. Where I live, ain't nobody trying to live here. Most of the people in my neighborhood, like the house that I showed, most of them live in Canada or America and they're renting out their property because they don't want to sell it. So that's kind of that. So the next one is noise. And this calls for a beer because I get pissed off with this. Noise in Vietnam is ridiculous. I won't lie. I've watched a few people like ADV China and Lao Wai 86. Is that his name? Lao Kai 86? No, Lao Kai is a city in Vietnam. Lao Wai, I think it is. And I feel like me and him, his name's Sea Milk or something like that, like we have similarities in this. Vietnam is ultra noisy. Karaoke is all the time. Driving, honking, beeping, you're probably gonna hear the crap in the background, is all the time. The culture of Vietnam is noise. It's always loud, audibly, and it's always loud visually. Like if you go to a church or somebody's house, there'll just be like bright lights everywhere around their Buddha or Christian statues, which is insane. Like how they sleep at night is past me. If you get onto a sleeper bus, well, which is just a bus that takes you like a long distance between different cities in Vietnam, they'll have like lights flashing all night. Like you can't sleep. The word sleeper bus is so ironic. But the noise in Vietnam is probably the biggest reason that I stop and think, why don't I go back to America? Like the noise is one of the biggest problems in this country. It's retarded. It's ridiculous. It's insulting. It's annoying. I'm getting angry. But the point case being, the noise in Vietnam is like out of control. Like, I don't understand. But again, it's a culture thing. Like I didn't grow up in Vietnam. I grew up in America, Vietnam. So they had their karaoke and stuff, but they had their limits to where they respected people around them. Here, there's not that respect at all. It's just kind of like, let's make noise. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of it there. Number 3, I have to think about these. I wrote them down, but I didn't think about it. Pollution. I wish, if this was a YouTube video, I mean, I might put this on YouTube, I don't know. Just like upload it raw. But Vietnam, I believe, is number 4 in the world as the most polluted, unsanitary countries in the world. And it holds value. I've been to China. I've been to India. And they are dirty as hell. But they also have billions of people. I think India is like 1.3 billion, China is 1.45 billion or something like that. Vietnam is 97 million people, and it's comparable to India or China. The pollution of Vietnam is ridiculous. If you do the South Saigon to Hanoi drive, you're gonna drive through megatons of trash. Like, it's ridiculous. If you go to the beach, it's trash. Everything's trash. People throw trash everywhere. And it blows my mind how much trash people throw around, like around the city. And the awareness of it is like, who gives a shit? And I actually posted a picture a couple days ago. Houston, Texas. I don't know if you guys watched Louder with Crowder. If you know what I'm talking about. They were doing this thing in Austin, Texas, and they were talking about the pollution and the homeless problem. And they were showing the trash. There was like bottles, like maybe 10 of them in this little river. They're talking about how dirty it is. And I'm laughing like, I wish Vietnam was that dirty. You know what I mean? Like, it's so bad here. Like in regards to pollution. The air pollution is not bad. Like the air is actually clean, but everything's motorbikes. And I don't know if you guys are engineers, whoever's watching this. You guys in chat, you can let me know. But motorbikes don't create that carbon monoxide level that a car does. And cars here aren't as used as motorbikes, I guess you would say. They are becoming more used, and you can start seeing the difference of air quality already in the last year. But the air quality is not bad in Vietnam. It's actually not. I would say if you give me a 0 to 10, America's air quality is a good 8. You know, you get to like UK, you're at a 9. You get to China, you're at like a 2. You get to India, you're like at a 1.25. Depending where you are. And in Vietnam, I'd say you're at a good 4, like a 5 to 7. Like it's actually really clean. It's just the trash. Like they take garbage and they're just like, and everybody that sees that happen, they don't care. And I was actually talking to a few of my friends a couple of days ago. We were at a restaurant talking about it, and I brought it up because these people next to us just throw shit on the ground. And their response was, "It's not our problem. It's the government's. The government's going to fix it." Like, that's insane because I think about America. Like, if we have cities that are polluted, people will donate money to help clean it. You know what I mean? Like, we don't rely on the government to pick up after us. But in Vietnam, there's this like mentality of the government will fix all the problems that we make, well, which is kind of frustrating because it really shows a lack of self-awareness, and people here are just kind of like, it's all about me on a lot of respects. You know what I'm saying? So. Oh, what is it? What's his name? Jonathan65. Yeah, so Jonathan65 asked, how are the oceans, or is it just the roads? So the oceans are, I wish I could like throw videos up right now for you guys. The oceans aren't as bad. The problem with the oceans is there's films on them. Like if you go into like Fontiet, it's not bad. If you go into like Lazi, or if you go to like, what is another beach that has a problem? Compton, I think it's called, and Canto. If you go in the beaches and you come out, like your skin is oily. You come out of the ocean oily. Like it's not oil though. Like I don't understand what it is. To be honest, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just it feels like oil on you. But like, it's not uncommon. When I lived in Saigon, they have the Saigon River. It was very common to see people have like big trash bags and just throw them in the river, throw them in the ocean. And when the bag came back, they would kick it back in the ocean. Like it's like education never taught them how a current worked in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? So, is it worse in the ocean? No, God no. The streets, the cities, the communities are completely trash. They're landfills. Like Vietnam is literally a landfill, unfortunately, and the people don't care. And the people that speak about it blame the government for not doing enough. And I can respect that because it is a communist country. The government's job as a communist nation is to take care of everything. And I get that. But I feel like the people really put a lot more emphasis on the government to do things when the people themselves could actually prevent the problem to even occur, to even worry about the solution, if that makes sense. So I hope that helps, John. Next one. Traffic. Let's talk about traffic. Traffic out here sucks. People can't drive. The whole Asian girls can't drive situation is true. Guys are even worse, especially if they have cars and they have a gold watch. They think they own the effing road. They will run you over and honk at you on the way doing it. If somebody hits you and they drive a car, they will get out and attack you, most likely. What else? Most DUIs in Saigon City in the last year have been through cars, and most DUIs by cars have led to deaths. There was actually a story, I think it was like a year and a half ago. Some guy had a BMW district 1, I believe, in Saigon. And he was driving through this roundabout. I suck at street names, so I don't know how to tell you the street name. But it's like, yeah, Bui Vinh, if you guys know about Vietnam. Bui Vinh, there's this road that goes this way, yeah? And if you go this way, it takes you to District 5, and it has the roundabout and the bridge. You go this way, there's a roundabout. Some guy piled through there, ran through the red light and piled through there, and ran over like 9 people, killed 5 people. And I don't know if I can legally say it, but it's been known and said that he got away with it with a large sum of money. So I'll leave that up to you guys. I'm actually going to drop this whole subject. Next one, rules. Why did I write rules? Rules, the rules. Rules, rules. Rules. I guess, well, I think about it. Rules between Vietnamese people versus Western people. I think it depends. I will break it down real fast like this. If you're in the South, you will be discriminated against. You will be taken advantage of. They will take your money if they see you're a Westerner. If you're white, black, if you're an Asian that obviously looks American, I've seen a lot of them. They will take advantage of you. If you don't speak Vietnamese, they'll take advantage of you financially. And this isn't like the police pull you over. You go to parking, you go to restaurants, they'll take advantage of you. The North is a lot better about this, and this is where a lot of Vietnamese are. I'm going to see the comments real fast on this one. The North is more respectful when it comes to discrimination. Usually in the North, though, and I say this because the South is so extremely negative towards us. The North, they let us do what we want. Like, you could drive around in the North, no helmet, GoPro on your head, drunk as F, driving around, and the police will just let you go. You know what I'm saying? Usually don't get cheated at markets too much in the North. Hanoi is a big example. If I compare Saigon to Hanoi, let me get it up there. You'll get cheated and robbed more, like robbed as in like they'll bullshit the price, more in Saigon than you will in Hanoi. A huge margin. This is not just my opinion. This is from a lot of people. The South love to cheat. They love it, and it's what it is. And it's sad because one thing I've noticed about the South is they will cheat their own people to make $1. The North, they usually just charge more. But when it comes to the North, what happened? Are you guys still there? It just kicked me out of my computer. Okay, cool. In the North, they're usually pretty honest about it. Like, they'll tell you, they're like, "Yo, you're rich. We're charging you more." You know what I'm saying? So it'll be something like that. I don't know why I wrote rules. I don't know the contents of that question. But I mean, everything is bought. Like, if you break a rule, you just pay a fee. You know what I'm saying? If you want a driver's license, you gotta pay a fee. There's not really rules in this country. I mean, money talk. If you come here as a millionaire, an American millionaire, there are no rules. I'm going to be honest with you. There are no rules. I came here, like when I left America, I was financially set. And I came here with the objective of, I'm not going to take any American money. I'm going to start Vietnam fresh. And I want to do what I got to do at the same level as any Vietnamese person has to do it, right? So I did that, and chopsticks, and I've done well, and the money's become higher. But the thing with me, though, is the more money I make, the more I put into stuff. You know, like, this school actually opened because of the money I made in the North. Like, I could have taken the money, bought a car, chilled out, got a big-ass house, got a new iPhone. I wish I'm using my phone right now, but like, I'm still rocking an iPhone 6. Like, I'm a minimalist, you know. So, and this is what I say, you guys donate money, it's all going to Inspired. And let me break that down, man, because I think this is cool. I actually wrote it down because I thought it was important. So, anybody drops 10 bucks, 100%, it goes to the schools. It goes to this school for education. If you drop 20, I'm gonna holler at you, man. This is Zoom, so just leave down your ID number and I'll get your email and I can contact you directly. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can message me on YouTube or leave a comment with your pay ID number. I would probably just send a message at this point because you want to leave that private stuff. And I will contact you directly. We'll talk, man. You want to have an English lesson? You want me to take you on a tour of Vietnam somewhere, like around the city? You want to talk to some of my students? You want to do whatever? You want to talk to my staff? We'll do it. And $100 or more, I wrote down 2 different ideas, but I really like this one. So if you donate $100 or more, I will use the money and I will give it to a student to pay for their tuition in this school, to pay for their English or their science program. 100%, and I want to know who you are. If you are okay with this, because I want them to meet you. I want them to hear from you that you're paying for them. I want them to know that somebody out there cares. Because a lot of these kids think Vietnam is alone. So if I got some random Western person or some random Vietnamese person paying for their education, I want them to know. And this isn't me calling you out. This is me like, hey, help out. You know, like, hey, I want to help you, whoever you are. So, but this is up to you. If you want to be anonymous, I will pay for it and I will let them know there's an anonymous donation. Let me know your country. Can I ask for this? You know, if you're from South Africa, say, hey, I had a South African donate. I don't know. I had a South African donate money. We're paying for your month of school or your 2 months of school, whatever the amount is. If it's $100, what is that? Yeah, if you do 100, I'll knock out a month of their school. Easy. You know what? F that. If you do $100 or more, I will give 1 month free for 2 students. You know, let's add it up because that matters. And when these kids see other people helping them, you guys are helping me because now you're motivating the hell because I got some lazy kids sometimes. So if they're getting paid by Western people or Vietnamese people to do what they're doing, I think that's motivation in itself. So that's how the donations work. And I appreciate what you guys are doing. I really do. I'm sorry I'm looking down. I'm looking at the messages you guys are leaving. So yeah, $10, it's going to the school, 100%. $20, I'll holler at you. We'll talk. Whatever you want to do, I'm up for it. Let's go. If you're in Vietnam, I'll go where you at, man. We'll go get a beer. We'll talk. $100, I am paying for the student's education with your money. So it's going to go to them. So 100% of whatever you guys give is going to something productive. It's not buying me nothing. All I got are hot dogs. You know what I'm saying? I live a pretty basic life. So last thing, racism. I got asked this question, and ironically, I said earlier, ADV in China with sea milk and that Sapraza guy. I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. But they asked me, we saw their video, China has a racism issue with non-Chinese, as in like if you go to a line, they kind of push you to a different side. Is it the same in Vietnam? I don't know, I watched that video, and they say if you go to an airport, they have like a foreign line. Yeah, Vietnam does have that. I don't think it's racism. I think in that respect, it's just a different line. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that you talk to in that foreign line speak English. The people in the other line don't speak English. So it's convenient. Like if they really have to ask you something, if something's wrong, they got to be able to communicate with you. You know what I mean? Like they're giving you what the hell? They're giving you access to their country, so they got to be able to communicate with you. And just looking at a book with a stamp in it isn't answering a lot of questions. You go to a hospital. I think honestly, in the South, mostly white people are treated at an even level. You know, sometimes we get a little better because we're foreigners. And this is where it's get weird. Black people in the South kind of get it harder. And if there's anybody on here watching from South Africa that's black, that's from Africa that's black, you understand. I've met a few friends from North Africa, Nigeria actually, that were here. And there was a guy from Ohio, I think he was a black guy, and they all had a lot of problems. Like they got a lot of heavy stereotypes, unfortunately. In the north, not at all. Zero. There's probably some, but I knew more black people and Filipino people in the north than I did the south, and nobody in the north ever was like, oh my God, they called me the N-word, or they gave me, like, a lot of the Northern African teachers, when I was a teacher up there when I first started, made more than I did, which is unheard of if you're in the south. Like, a black person will make almost half of what a white person will in the south. So yeah, racism is weird, like it's selective. But if you're comparing to like South Africa racism, no. Like nobody's running around trying to kill people based off color or attack people, or you won't see Vietnamese saying, oh look at that, that's the N-word. Or look at that cracker, like you don't see this. No, God no. So yeah, racism is very weak in Vietnam, if there's any. Like I think the best answer for this is there's stereotypes in Vietnam, and there's pay gaps in Vietnam, but there's not really racism in Vietnam. I hope that answers it. So I think that's it, right? 1, 2, yeah, that's all 6. So I'm gonna leave it. That's been a half hour. So I'm gonna leave this next 20 minutes up to you guys. Whatever the hell you want to talk about, let's talk about it. Leave your questions. I'm gonna go through some of the super chats. There's 4? There's 4 of them so far. So let me run over them real quick. So, you know, this is why I like Apple. My computer is behind the camera, but I have my iPad, which is linked to it, so I can see the chat. It's beautiful. Well, actually, I'm logging into Zoom. So, yeah, let's do this. So, Mike 2369. 2369. Michael Jordan 69. I got you, bro. Ever crashed? What do you mean ever crashed? Ever crashed, tell us. Okay, you gave me $4.99. You're like, I gotta answer this. Are we talking about driving? I'm gonna assume driving. Have I ever crashed in Vietnam driving? One time. But I didn't crash. It was just an accident. Yeah. So I was driving to Bui Vinh, and we talked about how bad Vietnam driving is. So there's this bus driving. It's one of the sleeper buses. And this motorbike, this lady screams by it, cuts the bus up. Like this bus starts honking like crazy, like starts swerving, cuts in front of it. We're driving, me and one of my staff teachers I just hired, we're driving. And she drives, she cuts through, hits the back of my bike, and she flips out and rolls. Like, I mean, her bike exploded. Like, not like fire, but like all the plastic, the polymer and stuff just exploded. And the teacher on the back of the bike, she was freaking out. Like, what's it, Maria? She was freaking out. So I stopped, because I'm thinking Vietnam mentality. This is 3 years here already. I'm like, just keep driving. They're going to try to screw me. So we stopped because she's flipping out. So I stopped. And we go back there and I talk to her. Guess what happened? You broke my bike. You hurt me. Pay me money. I ain't bullshit you not. This chick started asking for money in the first 12/10 of a second. And it was just yelling. Then this Grab driver came by and he was just like, what are you doing? And I was like, what is going on, dog? And he's like, she said that you ran into her. I was like, she cut the bus off and hit my bike. And you can see like the tire mark on the, like, I at the time I was driving a Honda Winter. It's like a 150cc. It's a race bike out here. And you can see her tire mark. This bike only had like 8 kilometers on it. Like I just bought it the day before, like, which sucked. And they saw it, and they're like, oh yeah, shit, she did hit you. And she just kept yelling, and then it came down to this stereotype, he has money, why doesn't he just pay me anyways, kind of shit. So, I mean, this is kind of a dumb story, but I didn't pay her. I ended up leaving, and she chased me for a while. But I had a 6-speed Honda, so I was kind of gone. So I don't know if that's admitting to guilt. She cut up. So at the end of it, she hit the bike, and we stopped, like we talked to her, like I said, but it was just scamming. Like they kept trying to ask for money, blah, blah, blah. It's just, It was a headache, man. Let me tell you. So the one crash I got into, it pretty much turned into a scam. And it's pretty common. When somebody sees a Western person, they just assume, oh, easy money, easy money. So I hope that kind of answers it. I know it's a stupid story, but unfortunately, well, I guess fortunately, I don't have any crazy stories where I just start wrecking everywhere and roll my bike down mountains and whatnot. So that's what it is. So number 2, who's this guy? Donald the Boss. Donald the Boss. What is the rent like in Vietnam? So I kind of talked about that, right? So $200 to $400 is your basics. You get like $700-800 if you want something like modern per se. Like you can get crazy. I mean, if you get like $1,200-1,400, like you're living flush at this point. Like you're doing good. Like you're getting more than a modern microwave. You're getting a freaking oven, man. Like, like I don't even know what to say. Like the cost, it's hype. Like think of like Puff Daddy to Biggie. Like Puffy just like hyped up Biggie. Biggie was a good lyricist. He was funny, but he wasn't a good entertainer. You know what I'm saying? So Puffy kind of pushed him up, and it's kind of what it is here. Like it's just hype. So the average though, I would say even like $200 to $500, $200 to $400. That's a good idea to kind of consider, and that runs out to like 4 to 10 million a month, well, which is reasonable. Like I never really paid more than $5 million a month rent unless I was renting an office for a business. You know what I mean? So this is this guy. Vitphong Kai? Vitphong Kai? Vitphong Kai. Kai, that's spicy. Are you Vietnamese? Kai means spicy. Cost for 1 month. Cost for a month. I see the comment. Yeah, I look homeless. No, I usually sleep right now. I work like 18 hours a day, so this is actually the time I sleep. Cost of living for a month. So if you're living on the basics of like $5 million a month for rent, food I already kind of talked about a bit. Like honestly, if you had like $700 US a month, you would be okay out here. Like Vietnam is really cheap, and it's just you. My advice to all of you that want to come out here: avoid Western shit. Avoid it. You're coming to Vietnam. Enjoy the culture. You know what I'm saying? So get in the culture, enjoy the culture, and with that, enjoy the benefits, the financial benefit. You know what I mean? So don't get into this like I'm moving to Vietnam, but I gotta live in an American style house. Like F all that, man. Just live in the culture, man. Enjoy where you are. If you don't like it here, I hate to say this, but go back home. You know what I'm saying? But if you're gonna come here, enjoy Vietnam for what it is. It's a beautiful country. Yeah, it's got a lot of problems. A lot. But enjoy what it is, and then go home and have stories to tell your friends. You know what I'm saying? Don't go to Vietnam for a year and then go back home to America or Canada or wherever you're from. And people are like, yo, how was Vietnam? I'm like, oh, it was great. I was in this luxury house. It's just like America. And we went to these American restaurants. And we went to this Australian bar. Like, why did he go to Vietnam? Is the question. So, I hope that answers that. But yeah, like $700-800 a month US, you're set to go. Geektron. Geektron? Oh, I can't say that word, my dude. So the sickness in Vietnam, how is it? It's good. Vietnam started off well, actually. This is where I give Vietnam the respect. They shut the borders very early. And we had to, or they had to, because guess who the neighbor is? China. But right now it's getting really bad really fast. The problem in Vietnam is people don't care. Sorry. Are you guys, like, okay. I don't know what's going on with the Wi-Fi. But yeah, it's getting bad real fast. Let me fix this. It's getting bad real fast. the problem out here is nobody cares. Everybody, like I just said, everybody kind of assumes the government's going to fix it all. And I'm not going to get into politics. I love where I live, so I'm not going to insult it. But it's getting bad fast because everyone thinks there's no problem. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't know, like, well, when I researched, like, the whole thing, like, with how America, Italy, Europe, Germany, and all these countries are dealing with it, it doesn't sound like it's a big issue. It seems like if you get it, there's solutions. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you're healthy and in a good age range, life is good. But the problem here is people are getting it, and the death count increases like a day later, which is insane to me. So I don't know, to be honest with you. Like, Vietnam was on point, dude. Like, even America, everybody was like, good job, Vietnam, you did it. You know, like, you're next door and you're the best. But out of nowhere, dude, 0 deaths for like 6 months, and then month 7, like 25 as of right now. Hold on. Yeah, 25 deaths as of right now. So I don't know what the hell's going on at this point. Like, I'm staying clean, staying away, kind of a thing. Hoping for the best. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's good thus far. But like I said, like what I see with America and Europe and these other countries, it doesn't seem like it's an issue no more. Like, the world's kind of figured out how to not prevent it, but how to prolong it and even get it out of people. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're alright, man. So we'll see how it goes. But Vietnam they're not the #1 country in the world for say, like they thought they were. Like, it's hitting us pretty heavy right now, and to the fact where a lot of countries are leaving, like pulling their businesses out because of it. So we'll see what happens. I can't even read that. Winning? N-G-Y-N-I-N-G, winning. Are you serious, dude? That's my Instagram name. Winning. That's awesome. N-G-Y-N. It's a Vietnamese name. It's called Win. And he put I-N-G at the end. That's actually one of my old Instagram name. Winning. Alright, Winning. What's up, my man? Teaching. Teaching English in English. What? Teaching English in English. How is the pay? Teaching English in English. How else would you teach English, my guy? Can you teach English in Russian? So, the question though, I'm assuming it's how much you get paid to teach English out here. It ranges from 20 million, so $1,100 to $2,000 a month if you have a degree and whatnot, which is basic. And I'm talking about like American, Canadians, South Africans, Europeans, UKs, Filipinos and whatnot, African-based, Northern African. It's different because the laws are different, because you guys aren't technically a native English country, so it's different. But the salary could run between $1,200 a month to up to $2,000. If you get into a international university kind of a school, you're looking at sometimes up to like $3,000 a month, $2,500 to $3,000 a month. So, but keep in mind, like I just talked about cost of living. So me just telling you make $1,200 a month and that's it. If you're dumb as hell and you don't have anything, you're still pocketing like $300 or $400 a month, like to take home or go out and party all the time. You know what I mean? So, like, cost of living out here is a joke. Like, I don't even know how to otherwise explain it. Like, you make more money than you need to. Is kind of what it is. I guess let me address this too. Do you need a degree out here? Is a big question I hear a lot. In the north, hell yeah. In the center, hell yeah. In the south, if you can sneak in. In the south, you can get away with no degree, no credentials, and teach. You'll probably have a lower salary. Some people have higher. I've actually met Western people out here that come out here with no degree, but they just opened up their own online school in Vietnam and teach at coffee shops. So there's a lot of opportunity in the south because they don't regulate their rules like they're supposed to. Like me personally, I have a business and engineering degree. I got a CELTA and a TEFL. So I have way more than what I need, but I don't teach. I own companies out here. But what do you need? Like really, you need a university degree, a TEFL. People that say you need a CELTA in Vietnam are idiots. No, not idiots, but they're misinformed. CELTAs are required by countries that require them. Keep that in mind. A lot of countries don't need them. Like bringing a CELTA to Vietnam will not make you better than the other teacher when it comes to the interview, because in their eyes, all they need is a TEFL. If a company submits a work permit for a teacher with a TEFL and somebody with a CELTA, there's no special treatment. You know what I'm saying? Like they teach them both as a TEFL person, pretty much. So, and this is firsthand knowing from people I've known in the government. So you don't need a CELTA in Vietnam. If people are trying to sell you a CELTA in Vietnam and you don't plan on teaching outside of Vietnam, don't do it. Like seriously, don't do it. It's a waste of money because they are expensive to do. They're good programs. Don't get me wrong. Like CELTA is a dope program. Like you go into some seriously good stuff because TEFL teaches you stuff that's irrelevant and you probably won't even use. And a CELTA does the same thing, but they throw you into a classroom. So you can take the useless information they teach you and you can actually adjust it to what's useful. You know what I'm saying? So it has value. But if you're only going to teach in Vietnam and like China, Cambodia, Thailand, you don't, just get a TEFL. That's it. You get a TEFL online for like $40. You can do it online. So just do that, man. Who do we got here? Tweeyu? Communist. What do you think about the Communist Party? Are you serious? You're asking me, what do I think about the Communist Party? Why? Okay. I mean, I gotta answer it. Holy shit, are you serious? Okay, so she just donated $35. Like, I should read these out. So, Donald Boss donated $1. Appreciate it, my dude. Kai, I still don't know what the hell that means. Donated $35. Holler at me. You're on Zoom, so holler at me. We're gonna talk. Winnie donated $3. I appreciate it. Gekton donated $1. I appreciate it. And Tweeyu donated $100. Holy monkeys. So wait, hold on. You are on Zoom. So message me privately. We're gonna hook up 2 students in your name. And I want to know if you want to talk to them or not. So it's up to you. I mean, you have a Vietnamese name, so I think that would be really cool. If you're in Vietnam or like American Vietnamese, I think that's dope. Like they would love to see that. So I will talk to my manager and we'll find the best 2 qualified students for that. And when I say qualified, I mean the ones that'll benefit the most from it. And we will let you talk to them and see what happens. Well, what's the question? Communist. I can't say anything. I mean, you're gonna put me in jail, dude. This is a live stream. It's probably being monitored. I'm American. We live in a republic where the government works for the people. Vietnam, the people work for the government. I'll leave it at that. I have answers, but I can't say them. I'm sorry. So take from my tone of voice how I feel. But I can't answer. I'm sorry. Bao Suki? $6. What does that say? Hold on. 17. Why does that look like ASCII code? 1769. Okay. 1769. I appreciate it. Thank you. House or apartment? What time is it? Yeah, I think this will be a little. This is actually, yeah, this is the last super chat or donation. So, house or apartment? What do you prefer? I personally prefer houses. I've never liked apartments. Even living in America, I never did apartments. I don't like the noise. I don't like the boom, boom, boom. I don't like the boom, boom, boom. Like, I just don't like to hear other people. In Vietnam, I think it's cheaper to rent a house from a Vietnamese person than it is to rent an apartment. Because apartments, they will charge like higher fees, almost, and especially if you're a Westerner. My advice, if you're coming to Vietnam, make Vietnamese friends, and then have them help you find a house, and have them do the communication and create the contract and negotiate everything for you. Because they will have your best interests, and they will be able to convey that message to the Vietnamese owner. Because one thing that a lot of Vietnamese owners don't know is if they rent a house to a foreigner, they don't pay tax on the rent. So they have a huge benefit. So house or apartment, house 100%. I will never do, I've never done an apartment. Well, my first place I lived in was an apartment, and it wasn't bad because it was empty. There was one neighbor. So that was the only reason it worked. But I ended up leaving because it got filled and became like a karaoke bar. Like everybody karaoke in their house. I don't understand the karaoke. But yeah, that kind of does it. So I think is that all of them? I want to make sure I answer all you guys. Yeah, that's it. So I want to thank you guys, all you guys that donated. Mike 2369, Donald Boss, Vitin Kai, I'm sorry, Gektron, Winning, Twiyu, and Baosuki. I thank you guys. And the two that donated the heavy, what was it, Twiyu? I think it was. Contact me. You're on Zoom, contact me. We're going to pay for 2 students' education next month. You're going to help 2 people in Vietnam really, really have a good time. I look like I'm dead. I have not slept in like almost 2.5 days. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. I'm going to crash. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're on YouTube, I'm probably going to post this to YouTube. Let me know what you think on here. You know, if you want to donate, I have a link down here. Everything you donate goes straight to the kids. It goes to the education. I'm not here to bullshit. I'm already living a good life. What I get, I give. So let me know what's up. Thanks for watching. This has been a great 48 minutes or some stuff. And I guess if the feedback is good, I'll do this again. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you again.